Should a Christian man be engaged in a same sex relationship?
The first thought that came in my mind is if he can drive.
What is the true purpose of a relationship before marriage? Welcome to Pastor JoJo. This is an amazing episode. As you see, I have invited some good-looking young men and women. They're all singles. Some of them are into relationships. Others are not into relationships. And today we're going to talk about relationships as Christians. And as we start, I would like to ask everybody to introduce yourself, your name, and if you want to mention your age, feel free to tell people how young you are. Where should we start from?
I can start. Hi, everyone. My name is Patricia, and I'm 26 years young.
Hi, my name is Tyrell, and I'm 25 years old.
Hi, my name is Virginia, and I'm 21.
Hi, my name is Joseph, and I'm 30-something years old.
Hi, my name is Isaiah, and I'm 20-something years old.
Hi, I'm Eben. I'm 28 years old.
Yeah, welcome everybody to Pastor JoJo. Hey, thank you for coming. I'd like to appreciate you for taking this time. And we have 10 questions. And the way we're going to do them, I'll be asking a question. If somebody answers the same way you would answer, feel free to skip that. But if you skip 2 questions, next time, the next question will start with you. So you won't skip. And feel free to disagree or give a different view or perspective. It's all welcome. So question number 1. What is the true purpose of a relationship before marriage?
Well, I would say that the purpose of a relationship before marriage is to be able to get to know and understand who you are about to enter a serious relationship like marriage with. Because so oftentimes you don't really fully know someone unless you're spending that time to get to know them. You can't get to know them from just a picture of how they look or based on their looks. And as you're getting ready to go into a relationship that will lead to marriage, it's good to use that time of the relationship to know exactly who you're marrying.
To kind of add on to what Isaiah said, I feel like it's also about like exploring their faith, exploring if you guys have the same values, same morals. I think it teaches you also about discernment in a way where if you guys have the same faith or not the same faith, are you willing to continue onto that to further for marriage?
From that answer, when you're exploring, at what point do you get to and you say, I don't think this person is for me. We don't have the same values. We don't have the same faith. I don't see it working. How far should you go until you say yes or no?
I think you can go as take all the time you need, but then also once you have the answer, you just have to kind of rip the Band-Aid off, you know? Don't waste your own time, don't waste the other person's time, and just be even going into a relationship beforehand, you should ask if you're even ready for a relationship in the first place.
Perfect. Any other view on the 2 questions?
I feel like it would probably make it easy to rip the Band-Aid if you both went into it knowing that this is just trial and error. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. But yeah, with that thought in mind that there's a chance that this isn't forever.
All right. Question number 2. How do you know you are emotionally, spiritually, and mentally ready to date?
When you're not putting anybody above God. Like if you are ready to like serve for the church and actually pour out yourself and pour out to others, then that's how I would know. I wouldn't say that's for everybody, but if I'm self-reliant on a person to pour out into me and love me and care for me, and I don't know how much God loves me, then I wouldn't be fulfilled in any relationships. That's how I see any of my walk in life. If I'm not filled with the Lord's love, then how am I supposed to be filled with another person's love if that doesn't satisfy me? God is love. If I don't know God loves me, I don't know if I would know if this person or this person loves me any more than God does.
Okay, that's really great on the spiritual side. Now, on the emotional side, because every relationship should come with the no's, yes, boundaries, and everything as Christians. But when do you know you're ready to take no's or to create boundaries emotionally? How do you get to know I am ready now, I can start dating?
I think there's like an importance to friendship as well. Before even starting dating, there's such an emotional importance into creating a firm foundation, roots with somebody. Because that's like the roots that go into what? Like your 50 years down the line. How are you supposed to start that when you're rocky and you're emotionally unstable, you know? Like you're not supposed to be reliant on that person, but you're supposed to walk alongside them emotionally, and like they're not your regulators, but they could help you and foster that to become stronger. So like within friendship, you get to figure out, okay, when this person does this, could I be the person for them? Yes or no? I think it doesn't always have to go to dating right away.
I think for me personally, a big a big reason I knew that I was emotionally ready to start dating again was answering the question that was proposed to me a couple of years before was, are you ready to be a boyfriend to your girlfriend? And I didn't really understand what that question meant, but they explained to me and said, well, when it comes to dating, you have to take up the responsibility. You know, when you're young and when you're lonely, or it's not exclusive to both, but you usually just want the benefits of having a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything like that. You want their warmth, you want their support, their emotional support, you want their love. But are you ready to provide the same sort of responsibilities back to them? Are you ready to be able to support them in the same way that they support you? Are you ready to shoulder them when they're feeling down? Because at the end of the day, it is a responsibility that you have to avail and you have to hold up to, and it's not just simply a one-sided benefit for your side. And I think that's what a lot of young people can get caught up to, such as myself, because I was always thinking about, think about all the benefits a girlfriend can give me at this point, but I didn't realize that you also have to be ready to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend back to your significant other.
Okay, building on that, what are the benefits that a girlfriend gives to you?
For me, someone to listen to all my long stories and to make me feel like I'm actually being listened to, because I know a lot of the times I'm like, I should probably shut up now. This person's not listening. But then she listens.
So this guy is one of those who are in a relationship, so getting married, and that guy too mentioned when he was ready. Okay, what about you, Eben? What are the benefits of having a girlfriend?
I don't know if I can say to that question anything because I've never been in a relationship, so I don't know what it's gonna offer me that I don't currently sort of have. A friend, I guess.
That's really good though. That's such a good thought into it. Like, I really appreciate the way you said that. What is something that this girl can offer me that I don't already have? That is such a good thing to start off with, because now you're not looking for fulfillment in this girl.
Hmm.
Oh, that's so good.
There.
Okay.
You're a great candidate.
A friend, I guess, to start off with.
Perfect. Okay, this next question, unless if somebody has a different idea. But what about the ladies? What are the benefits that you look forward to have into a man?
This is just, this is for jokes, but the first thought that came in my mind is if he can drive.
Application Uber driver.
I can
Okay.
indeed drive.
Be a great driver. That's a good benefit.
Great driver just can't drive.
He's a good driver, I guess.
Okay. The next question, if your answer is yes, I'll ask you to raise your hand. If your answer is no, keep your hand down. Okay? How many of you believe that every serious relationship should be intentionally moving towards marriage? Okay. The no is only Eben.
Oh.
Okay, Eben, let me repeat the question. So if your answer is yes, you raise your hand. If your answer is no, you keep it down. Should every serious, do you believe that every serious relationship should be intentionally moving towards marriage? So is it a yes? If it's a yes, hands up. If it's a no, hand down. Okay, it's still same
I'm
answer.
just not sure.
Can you
It's-
hold the mic?
Yeah, I'm not sure because what makes it serious? Is it serious because you've been together for a year? Is it serious because you share values? And if it's serious because you've been together for a year and you don't share values, I don't know. I'm trying to define serious.
Okay, let's say in this context as Christians,
Okay.
you share values, but if we take this way, it will ruin the question. Okay, this one is a very open question. The only important thing in this question is that it's a serious relationship. So you're both committed.
Okay.
So is it true that every serious relationship should be intentionally moving towards marriage? Should be.
Yes. In that case, if it's within the if all your values are aligned and you're all serious, everything is. To start off with, you should probably be heading into a relationship trying to get serious, and I guess if it does get serious, you should move to marriage. Yeah.
Perfect. Any other thoughts?
I feel very strongly about this question just because I can relate it to something else. But I think in terms of seriousness in anything you do, for example, say you're really trying to get better at a sport, right? If you don't have a goal in mind, and if for example, if your goal is to get better in the sport, then of course your actions in your day-to-day life is going to be suited towards getting better at the sport, whether it be training like a couple times a day, whether it be eating better, sleeping well so you can train earlier. Your actions are going to be dictated by your goal, and it's the same thing with a relationship. And I think in the sense of it being serious, that's a really important context, because if you're just heading into a relationship for any other purpose really, and it's not that serious, then of course you're going to dabble into things that you're not supposed to partake, and you're not really going to have those actions that are going to be propelling you towards marriage because you don't have a clear goal in mind.
Great. The next question is not on the list that I shared with you, but it could be related. If you love somebody as a young man or young woman, and those people are not Christians, so you don't share values, would you still go for that?
I got engaged to one that didn't believe in Jesus. That didn't work out very well. And it's not a regret. It's not like a shameful thing. But I think people with, just like I would say, I have a good heart for people. But those people that just want to love somebody, I think it's more worth it to wait. Like, I wish somebody just told me and woke me up and was just like, just wait. And like shook me open. There are people that could make it work. But the Bible says try not to be equally unyoked. It's not try. Do not be unequally yoked. And so, I don't know. I would say values wise and like following the Lord wise, where I am in my season, I would not do that. And I would not encourage my fellow sisters or brothers to do that either.
Any other thought?
I also wouldn't agree to that with what she said. I was in a long-term relationship of like 6 years, not the same value. It didn't teach, well, it taught me a lot of things, of course, but ultimately it distracted me away from God, and I wouldn't want that for anyone else.
All right, next question. How do relationships influence one's walk with God and spiritual growth? How does a relationship influence your knowledge of God and your walk with the Lord? How does it?
Probably close to the. I would think it's close to the previous question. If your values are aligned, then that relationship should spur your growth and walk with God. And on the other side, if you're not sharing values, yeah, how are you gonna walk forward? How are you gonna step in a direction to either follow God or do anything in life if you're not eye to eye in anything? So yeah, it does. I would think that it has a high impact on your relationship.
Okay, the next question. If your answer is yes, you raise your hand. If your answer is no, you keep it down.
Repeat the question twice.
I'll say it once. So make sure you listen here. Should a Christian man be engaged in a same-sex relationship? If your answer is yes or it's fine, you can raise your hand and say, I think they can. They feel so. If your answer is no, you keep your hand down. Okay? Hands up. Why?
Simply, that is not the purpose and the design of us, and that is not what we are called to. We are called to procreate, and also the design of a man and a woman. And we are in a fallen world. Do not get me wrong. We fall short of the glory of God, and there are people that there's no deny. Like, there are people that are same-sex attracted, and that is, that is a sin that we have to work through with people through the church, and like equip people. How do you deal with that sin? How do you, because there's no sin greater than another. That is not what I'm saying. Like, no, it's bad. Like, this is so bad. I'm saying that is not the purpose. That is not our design. Yeah.
Any other thought? I say the man, but it could also be a lady, a woman.
I would say pursuing a relationship like that, it's putting your own pleasures and your own desires above the desires of God and what He has in store for you and what He wants for your life. It's saying, oh, the structure that God put in place for marriage between a man and a woman, that doesn't apply to me. And if you're a Christian saying that, then you're just wanting all the benefits of having a relationship with Jesus without being willing to actually follow and live a life that's approving of God.
Okay, next question. How can someone distinguish between genuine love and emotional dependency?
Can you spend a week without them? If you need to see them the second that they leave, and if you're feeling like, oh, I can't function quite properly without them, then that's dependency. But when you truly care about someone and you're in a relationship with someone not because of what they're providing for you, but what you can provide for them, that's because you love them. And if they have something that they can give back to you, then that's great, but that's not the reason why you're doing what you do. You do it to help them and to benefit them without concerning if it benefits yourself.
Any other thought?
Another point I wanted to add was, we know that God's love truly satisfies. But just to add to your point, of course, if someone leaves the moment and then you're craving them, you want them back, you have to really ask yourself, is that genuine love? Just because it's the same, if we're filled with God's love, and then if we're in a Christian to Christian relationship in that context, I believe that, and you're providing love to the person you love, then the love should still be genuine love to the point where it satisfies you. And of course, like, you're gonna miss them, of course you're gonna want to see them as soon as possible. But I believe that there's a distinct difference between dependency and genuine love, as you say.
Okay. Any other thought? All right. What boundaries are necessary to protect emotional and physical purity? What boundaries are necessary to protect emotional and physical purity?
Sexual boundaries, agreeing that no sex before marriage, no feeling each other up inappropriately.
I like the way you put that. No feeling. W in the chat.
And yeah, just respecting each other's bodies.
Any other thought?
I have a list in my head.
Give us the list.
Like I used to, like, before I literally gave my life to the Lord, guys, literally, oh my gosh. But before I gave my life to the Lord, I lived a whole certain life, and from learning from my actions before in the past, I know what boundaries I just set for it. Like, number one, if I find myself that man, he's not going into my house. I'm not going to his house. Nobody's going to anybody's place. There's a certain time that we cannot hang out. I'm just like, no. I have to see how you worship. Like, so then I know and I see you as like a child of God. And I'm straight up. I'm like, I'm still like I shouldn't be on the fence of this, because I'm like, maybe this isn't that bad. But I'm like, I really don't want to kiss until like I marry you down the aisle. And that might be just mine, but it's because I know myself. I know my desires of my heart, and I'm like, that might just be a set off. Because one thing can set off another, and I'm just like, maybe not. Even like emotional like boundaries. I'm like, how much can I, because like finances, for example. There's boyfriends that pay for their girlfriends' houses. And I'm like, so then what's your job as a husband? You're merging your finances a little too early in that relationship. Because then what is your job in, what is, you're getting it mixed up now. So I'm like very like set and dead on with my boundaries. I feel like I learned from my mistakes. And yeah, I just have to keep going with that.
Okay. Any other boundary?
Before getting to a relationship with Tyrell, I truly had to talk to him about it and to see if, not that he would agree, because if he didn't, then he would not be here today. But setting it and having that talk to yourself and knowing that you should not be crossing those boundaries, they will shake you for sure, but you gotta be firm with that boundaries. It is a restriction of the body that the Lord has given you, and it should be protected.
All right. Okay. This is not on the list, okay? If your answer is yes, you raise your hand. If it's not, you just keep your head down. I can spend money on the person I love as much as I want before we get married.
As much as, like, what does that mean?
I can spend as much as I want, like any amount of money to the person I'm in a relationship with. If your answer is yes, you can raise your hand. If your answer is no, you guys won't spend any money.
I'm confused with the question, so I'll be like this.
Okay, I can spend any amount of money that I can. So let's say if it's 10,000, if you have it, you're willing to spend it on that person. So when I say as much, I'm saying as long as you have that money.
I gotta pay for gas.
I gotta pay for my school. Good Lord, are they spending that money on me too? Like, is this like an equal thing? Like,
So you guys are saying no?
no.
Sorry.
Viewers in the chat, they're like, ugh.
Okay. Another question. I'm okay with moving in with a person I'm in a relationship with.
Once we're married.
Oh, before we marry.
I hope
No.
so.
Yeah, I would hope so too.
Before you get married.
I'd probably say that's a crossing of a boundary. That's probably a boundary that should be set.
Yeah.
Just because, you're essentially acting like husband and wife, and you're not, and that's gonna blind you from figuring out whether they're your long-term partner or not. That's gonna blind you in decision making. Let's say we mentioned earlier that there's a chance where you might have to stop the relationship. How are you gonna do that if you're already living together?
Kick her out.
Yeah, that's
Or
even,
she kicks you
like
out.
it's easier if you're like, okay, let's just see how this goes, and keep it open, and then if you bring them in, it's just more emotional to say no. It's so many hurdles to go through to be able to stop them if they're not your long term. It's significantly harder, I would think.
I mean, I lived with my ex-fiance, and there was no wisdom in that. It was very hard, especially because I gave my life to the Lord in while I was still living with him. And I was just like, conviction over conviction over conviction. We didn't even sleep in the same room. Like, I slept in the basement suite and he was in his own room. But even that specifically it was just like, Lord, like, oh, I'm living in sin. Okay. But it's like, you're not wrong when you say, like, there's like, you're playing with your boundaries, because it's constant temptation left to right. It's like, okay, they're just there. Yeah, I would not recommend. I would not recommend it. Why do you need to do it in the first place? Like, why? Like, maybe some situations, like for myself, I got kicked out of my house when I got engaged. I got kicked out. So I was like, okay, where am I gonna go now? And I'm 18. No, 19. And so I'm like, as a 19-year-old female with not a stable job, and I was still in school, like my past school, it's hard to be like, okay, I'm engaged already. Maybe I could just live with this man. But being like truthful to myself, I wish somebody just give me a good talking to. I wish, but that didn't happen. Yeah.
All right, we go back to that hands up, hands down. How many of you say, I'm okay being in a room with a girl I'm in a relationship with, or a girl that I like, for 3 hours when there is no lights on?
Why is the lights off?
Are we watching a movie?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Okay, watching a movie.
No. Wait.
Just me and
There's
him.
not many 3-hour movies.
3
Avatar. Come on now.
It can be, some Indian movies are long with the music, it's a series, TV show.
You can watch Avatar.
So how many of you are good? 3 hours? Dark room?
I can't even do 30 seconds. I'm like, no thanks. Bye.
How many of you think that it's okay to be with a person you love for a whole night, even if you don't sleep on the same bed, that you're in the same room?
Same room, not same bed.
Yeah.
Like
Someone's on the floor.
Wait, what is the setup here?
It's probably two twin beds and
Is there a reason why we're in the same room? Like,
you hanging out, sleeping over.
okay, well.
Yes, you can tell the truth. Have you ever had a sleepover?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was like 18.
Oh, you stayed there.
Different, girl. Does that count? I slept over for a long time.
Sleepover?
Is that smart? Like, what do you guys think? Is that smart?
If I may, I think with these questions in particular about staying over during like a certain hour, certain time limit, I think the best thing I can say and the way I think is that even though nothing might happen that one time, how about the other times? Because you might fool yourself into thinking, oh, we've done this countless times, 1, 2, 3, maybe it'll get to 10 times and you guys don't fall into sin. Genuinely nothing happens. And that's totally fine. Like, you guys didn't commit any sin, no adultery. But what if down the road you slip up? Because when you start partaking in those activities, you start building resistance to what or the way I think about it is like resistance, or you start accepting it. But in that environment, sin can still happen. You're cultivating an environment where sin is just right around the corner, or maybe not right around the corner, but you have to take a couple more steps or a couple more corners to get to it. But the point is, it's still in the same room as you.
That's good.
So that's the way I think. It might not happen that one point or at that time, but down the road it could happen. And our Lord tells us that we shouldn't try to invite temptations or invite it into our lives, and He even tells us to even cut off our own eyeballs if it has to, or cut off a finger. If your hand causes you to sin, then it cut off your hand. And it's the same principle. If you know that you're tempting yourself, might not happen that one time, but down the road.
Right.
These two next questions, they won't have a follow-up question, but you have to be truthful. Okay, guys, we're in the church. Okay, there's a cross behind. The Lord is watching. How many of you have had your body reacting when you see the person you like? Okay.
He's confused.
Okay. I forgot the other question, but we'll come back on it. What are the key red flags people often ignore because of strong feelings? The red flags you overlook because you love that person so much.
I would say some are disrespectful and degrading speech to one another. A lot of the times I'll see people, they'll just be like, oh, they don't mean that. They really love me. But then the way that they talk to them, you're like, that person doesn't love you at all. They love the neighbor more than they love you. It's just, there's so many times when people will just excuse how they act towards one another. And also sometimes too, some of the things they become normalized in our society where it's like, oh, that's just how it is in a relationship. But it's like, but is that how it should be in a relationship?
That's good.
Probably add on to his and say not just yourself, but their friends, their family, or just a random person on the street. How do they treat everybody else? They can treat their mom or dad terribly. You're just a couple years down the line to be treated terribly, because they're gonna get used to you like they're used to their whoever, and then it's the norm now.
Maybe devotional life. Like sometimes females will be like, oh, no, it's fine if they don't pray or if they don't worship like this. I think that's a big red flag. I'm like, no, I can't do that. Yeah.
You know, there was a time I was in a relationship and my mom learned about it and she knew about it very long time. And then she asked me a question because in my culture, before you marry somebody, your parents will look at the parents of the person you want to marry, how they love each other, how they conduct their family, and everything like that. So she asked me questions around that, and that's something that I always overlooked. So, but when she asked me, then I said, "Oh, I should watch. How does this girl honor her parents? How does her parents relate to one another?" So when you mentioned that, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a great thing." But I don't think it's highly considered in our time because it's even many people will say it's just me and you. That's it, nobody else. But then we forget the picture that the marriage is meant to bring two families actually into that marriage. Like you're making the family bigger, not smaller. Thank you for that. That great insight. What hard conversations must happen before considering marriage?
Everything. I think
Everything.
no, seriously, like what do you struggle with in your walk with Jesus? What do you struggle with? What is your vision for yourself? Like how do you see yourself with carrying our family 5 years down the line? Or like just even day to day, how do you think? Like I want to know how my partner thinks. Like, oh, if you do this way, like I guess something that I struggled with is that since I am like a female I do have to trust my husband to lead the family. And I would say I am very blessed to have strong leadership qualities. Now, I'm not saying when I go to a relationship, I'm going to lessen my leadership qualities, but I need to have somebody who I can trust and shepherd our flock, like our family. And if they can't do that, if they're not able to, then I'm just like, oh, then that's another conversation in itself. Because then how is your marriage going to go? Does that make sense? Even premarital counseling, are you okay to do that? That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Any other? Had conversations? What about dates, loans, finances?
Yeah, everything.
Those who are in a relationship, do you guys talk about those things?
Well, she already covered everything by saying everything. So
What did
I
I
feel
say?
like I have nothing to add.
For
So-
Tyrell and I, we had to talk about school stuff. To give you guys a little context, we're both LPNs and we want to get into to become an RN. So we need to go back to nursing school. So we had to talk about so many things. If I get in, would I go to school? If he gets in, would he be the one to go to school? We applied to different schools. One will be in Chilliwack, another one is going to be in Victoria. So the questions are always, oh, so who wants to be basically the breadwinner of the family? That was one of the things that we had to talk about. Part of me also was, it's good that I'm getting married to Tyrell, because he really said, oh, we'll talk about it when we need to cross the bridge. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think with all of these tough conversations, I think the best thing you can do is have them early and have them as often as possible. Because relating to the previous question, how do you guys, or if we talked about how do you like know if you're emotionally ready or if you're even compatible with one another, as you were talking about earlier, it's these questions will also help answer those two questions as well. Just because these questions, even a lot of these like thoughts and questions, like, you know, how do you communicate? How do you react like when you're mad? These are questions that it's going to be awkward to have, and sometimes it's really tough and hard, and it might take you guys might not even reach a resolution, but just talking about it and bringing it into the air helps a lot more than figuring it out down the line when you guys are married, you know. And it happens, some conversations you can't happen, but it, in my eyes, it's a lot better, and it also helps cultivate a better relationship in terms of closeness, because you get to know that person a lot better at their worst as well.
When do you think is appropriate to have those? Because you said early. What is early to you? 1 week in?
Well, for me and Patricia, and personally, I'm a very transparent person. I'm a very open person. I believe that I'm someone that you can ask like a question to, and I'm a straight shooter. Like, I'll probably answer you to as honestly as I will be, as I can. So we honestly started having those conversations, I would say, like a month in, as early as a month in. Yeah, but it just depends on who you are and the other person you're dating, you know. And honestly, it's just the environment that you two kind of like harness in your relationship. You know, if one person is always keeping secrets, then of course the other person isn't gonna gonna talk up, right? But if you guys are always like honest with each other, then it's a lot easier.
Patricia, you're going to say something?
He got it.
Oh. Perfect. How do you discern if a relationship is aligned with God's will or just personal desire?
Maybe does your relationship mirror the Christian values? Yeah, are you both Christians? Yeah, because it would be God's will for you to unite with someone that's equally yoked. Um, and then I'd probably say the family around you, or people around you, if they don't think that you should, or I guess if it's aligned with the Christian values, and in your environment, your parents or your friends are giving you your flowers, and you're like, oh, go ahead, and there's nothing crazy, serious conflicts, and you're not ignoring anything. It's probably close to God's will. Your pastor.
I go to my mentors. My mentors know everything. If I feel something for a boy, I'm like, hey, hey, so I have a question to ask. Or mentors, pastors, friends, family. And it's not to be like, can you judge his character? It's like, could you please tell me if I'm going into this and I look different? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense for anybody. But like sometimes you can be blinded in love and you can act differently towards that person. So I don't want to carry myself differently than I do with anybody else in the room. And a lot of prayer. I don't think I could go a day without like praying about like even any friendships in life that I have. I'm like, Lord, if they're for me, and like if this is for you, this is from you, Lord, would you make it foster? Would you make it grow? Would you show me and highlight to me that this person does align with your values, does align with who you are, will respect and will foster this relationship into becoming something more? And if not, I mean, I believe that I believe God would just gone. Yeah, I believe that.
Okay. Few questions as we wind up for today's conversation. It's a yes and no. You can raise your hand or keep it down. I can marry him or her even if they don't know how to cook. So this is considering that they're Christians, okay? So y'all can marry them?
Well, I
If
can't
they-
cook myself, so
DoorDash.
the standard is
I can have an
So
egg
the
every day.
standard is low.
for cooking, yes.
Okay.
I
I
have
can
an
make
egg every day.
sandwiches.
Oh my.
I like being in the kitchen. I like cooking.
Yeah.
I think that's something I like to do anyways.
So you can marry him even if he doesn't.
I don't think it's a red flag.
Okay.
But but are you saying he'll say no? Like if I'm sick in bed, he's like
Patricia already said I can't cook. So if he's sick and there is no money for DoorDash,
good Lord.
All I'm-
has to
All I'm
find
getting
some
is eggs and
spring-
toast.
Good Lord. He's getting water.
Or what she will do, she will lay hands on him and say, "You're healed.
Amen.
Go and cook." Done. Perfect. I can marry him or her even if they don't know how to make the bed. Really?
That's why you hire a maid.
I can marry them even if they don't know how to drive.
I love driving.
All right. Yeah. You love driving? Oh, did you say no?
I said no.
They need to know how to drive?
I think it's a skill that I would love for my partner to have, so I'm not reliant on them and they're not reliant on me.
Yeah.
Especially with work and children.
Especially children.
Yeah. And I want kids, so it's like, who's gonna drive our future baby to the soccer games?
No, girl, who's gonna drive when you're in labor?
Oh,
Right. So you gotta.
You
I
can
never even
drive
thought
yourself.
about that.
You can drive
I'm
yourself.
already, I'm
I will
already in the
not.
hospital, girl. That's so good. I never even, girl.
You almost answered my next question, but it was I can marry them even if they don't want to have kids. Okay. 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 The two guys say, yeah. Do you mind explaining why?
Well, if they meet all the other qualities, values, and we're aligned in everything, and that's a low threat. That's like nothing to me. If everything else is good to me.
Do you have a different thought?
Oh, I fully agree with what you said. But for me personally, this is only about me. And just to be clear, we are going to have kids. It's not because one of us don't want
Set.
kids. But I think the type of person I am. I don't know how to really put it into words, but I'm very indifferent with a lot of stuff. And then with kids growing up, I love kids, but I wouldn't say that I'm very like I wasn't like too overly enthusiastic about them. So for me personally, if in a different world, then I would be like, okay, as long as everything else ticks the boxes, and of course they're still a Christian, and it'll be fine with me.
By the way, this is with the exemption of somebody can't have babies because of any biological issue. So, all right. I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your honest answers. And if anybody wants to say something to those who are watching, it's a piece of advice or warning or something you'd like to share, feel free to take this time and share it.
Go check out my YouTube channel, Izzy J Films.
Easy J.
I don't make great videos, but I make something.
There.
Maybe learn to wait in the Lord's timing. Then, if you're gonna rush, don't be in a relationship.
Patricia.
How'd you know I was about to say something? This is to those who may have problems with their parents and are wanting some sort of direction in terms of having a relationship. Know that you have friends. Know that if you have a pastor, your youth pastor, or just your lead pastor, do not be shy and ask questions. They are full of wisdom.
Mr. Tyrell.
Don't know which camera, but in general, I think even if things don't work out, whether it be a non-Christian, you're a Christian dating a non-Christian, or a Christian dating a Christian, and it's for a long time, whether it be only 6 months or 7 years, don't get too discouraged, because you know that the Lord has someone in store for you and has someone in mind. And just like what Virginia said, it's just all about His timing, and if you trust in His timing, then it will all go well.
Ben?
I thought these were great questions that we went through, and I think if someone's considering or are in a relationship, I think these questions would be very beneficial to think on, and I think they would help lead or point you to the right direction.
All right. Thank you for taking time to watch Pastor JoJo. Next time, I'll be sitting with couples asking the same questions and see what they think after getting married. Do they have different views? But thank you for taking time, and go ahead and share and comment and like and subscribe. And also, you've had Easy J Films. Go check on him. And God bless you. See you next time.